All right, guys, I'm a new biker at the age of 50. I've been riding for 4 months. I've got about 5,000 miles on the bike, roughly. I was out for a ride yesterday with some guys from the Institute of Advanced Motorists. I'm going through the Advanced Rider program. I've done 2 ride outs. This was a 3-hour ride onto the Welsh border. They were heading to Aberystwyth. I was going to drop them off locally and then head back over to the Hereford area where I live. I'd left them about 10 minutes later then. I'm on the road and I'm going to show you a video. And I want you to have a look at that video initially. Clapperboard for the audio, and then I want you to basically write down initially in a comment like what you think the issue is. It could be the environmentals, it could be speed, it could be road positioning, anything like that. And then basically leave that comment open if you want, and then we'll just go through the rest of the video, and then you can fill in the second half of your comment. Actually, Tim, now I've thought about it a bit more and I've heard what you're saying, I think it's this. But here's the thing, let's be honest and open about it, all right? I'm not going to criticize you for what you think, and I'm trying to learn from you. I'm trying to learn from people that are more experienced than me. Let's watch the tape straight out and then we'll come back to it in a minute. Straight run through of the tape, no explanation. My motorcycle is a BMW F800 GS, about 87 brake horsepower, and I've had it for about 4 months. Okay, just so you know, guys, we'll now have a look at the explanation and we'll go into a bit more detail. I'll show you the road it was on. We'll go and find where this junction is because I haven't actually done that yet. We used Google Maps. This tractor pulled out with a big trailer on. It's quite a heavy load. And also he is turning right there. He never looks in my direction once because I'm looking at him. It's a very late spot for me, obviously. And there's some other factors I've taken into account. Now, I'm not looking for excuses. I don't care about that. I don't care what you laugh at me, whatever, Tim. I don't care. It's more about staying alive, guys. I'm 50 now, all right? And they kind of need activities that have a closeness to death from the flying. I understand that. And flying used to bring that. It doesn't bring it anymore, of course. Now, I've done a lot of investigations into fatalities in aviation on the jets. But so I'm interested in looking at the cause and aggravating factors of this as well. I will go into it a bit more as we go through. Let's look at Google Maps. So I dropped the guys off about 10 minutes before that. I was literally heading back to Hereford. I had about a 30-minute ride. We've been out for 3 hours. Fatigue, is that possible? Yeah, I guess it is, most definitely. We just had a cup of tea, so I was kind of rested. And we'll have a look at the road then, Lion Shaw down to Sarnsfield. We're going to find the location of that, and we're going to have a look at the tape to see whether we can see any features that we can then bring into Google Maps. The first one at start of tape is this massive bush, darling. You know what I mean? Nice bush. So it's going to be on this road somewhere. I know that I end up down by this junction here at the end of the tape there. So there's no major junctions there. So I'm looking for, what's that? Looks like, oh, that could be the bush there. Let's have a look. Let's put the man on the road here. Yeah, there it is. Right, there's the bush then, all right? So you can see straight away there's a lot of farm activity. Now, obviously, I didn't see any of this here. If I'd seen these things, if I'd seen all this mud on the road, maybe I could have been a lot more cautious, maybe looking out for tractors. It is that time of year after all. So we found that bush there. So from this bush then, let's have a look. See if we can pick up anything on the road that's going to help us out at all. So what are the environmentals? Yeah, no wind. It's a dry road, kind of overcast, no sun in my face. Fatigue, possibly, what's that? Bang, 50 mile an hour. So 50 mile an hour road then. I divide the road up into threes, 1, 2, 3, and obviously if I'm going around the right-hand bend, I'd probably prioritise being in 1 so I can see around that bend, because it depends, isn't it? Whether there's driveways where people could pull out. I might want to be a bit more visible in place in 2. I'm not telling you how to ride, I'm telling you how I ride at 50 as a new rider. Obviously I've been driving cars all my life and stuff. 4th gear along the bottom there, 15% throttle application. Revs are reasonably high. And the bike kind of operates in that 3,000 to 5,000 RPM range. As I said, it's a BMW F800 GS, 57 miles an hour. So pushing the speed limit. Yeah, most definitely. People say, Tim, don't publish your speed on here. Look, this is from a camera from a Chigi AOI 6, which has actually dropped down a little bit, which is why it's vibrating. I actually reaffixed it when I got back from the ride. So yeah, pushing the speed limit here, but I'm not going to hide my speed when it's an educational video, guys. If the police want to come for me, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it intentionally, am I? So let's find something else then. What's that sign there? Bang. Yeah, that sign is really just telling me there's something on the left, which I guess, what am I doing now? 45, doing 45 miles an hour. So I guess I'm looking at trying to get visibility around this left-hand corner. So I'd prioritize maybe going into position 3, but it's a blind corner. I can't, there might be a truck in the middle of the road, so I don't want to be doing that necessarily. And I'm aware that there's a sign telling me there's a junction there. So I want to bringing that speed back. It's a warning sign. Throttle's closed at this point, so there's no throttle application now, so I've closed. Aggravating factor, possibly car stopping me being as wide as possible to see around the bend, I guess. So I've come off the power. I'm not an expert at this, by the way, guys, new rider. 44 miles an hour, the revs have dropped. Okay, cool. There's the first chance of me being visible with the tractor. What do we notice? Well, there's a big bloody tree in the way, mate, isn't there? So, yeah, I guess tree aligned with the cab of the tractor. There's a white sign on the right there. I don't think we get to see what that is in this tape. Speed's 42 mile an hour now. Throttle is closed. I haven't got the road position I want though, have I? I'm slightly tucked into the left, which is going to make me more aware of that left-hander. It's a blind left-hander. So that's probably why I'm tucked more in, because of the proximity of that car. Watch the tractor. So I think what I've done here, guys, and this is where your comments are quite important to me as well. I think I've done that scan. I've scanned the road and I've neglected that junction on the right. I wasn't informed of a junction of the right. My immediate threat is this car, which I'm passing now. I'm in position 2, solidly in position 2. Ideally now, I'd widen into position 3 to get good visibility on the road, wouldn't I? Get the centre of the road, good visibility. I know there's that bend on the left, so I want to get to the middle of the road to try and get that bend on the left visual. And of course, I'm tapering my speed here as well. That's my visibility point now. So now I'm looking long, always looking long into the corner. I'm aware of that thing on the left there. That tractor, I think my mind's gone off it. I don't think I've even noticed the tractor at this point. I genuinely don't. I really don't think. And I'm not too sure what that sign on the right says there. I don't think we ever see that. So now I'm looking long into the distance. That sign on the right, I can't ever see what it is. I don't know what it is, guys. And I'm focusing in the distance. The left hand's clear. And I think this is the first time I start seeing that tractor. And we'll know because this will show a brake application on this thing at the bottom here. It will also show my front brake on the left and my rear brake on the right. Zero throttle, so I haven't opened up into that yet. The speed's dropped even further, 38 miles an hour now, which is probably lucky for me, isn't it really, guys? And now I'm obviously focusing on the distance, and now I start seeing the truck. Let's see when the brake comes on. That's the brake on there. So you can see that guy's head, by the way, when I did see him, he was looking to the right. He never once looked left as far as I could see. The wheels are angled right. He's coming out to the right. He's not crossing the road. He is pulling a big trailer. Now, I think what my brain's done is here, I'm on the brakes. I've got no chance of stopping. I've got to come off the brakes. Like, it's a simple, I've got to go off the brakes. I'm going to read what my instructor said about this a bit later. I sent him the tape. He's in Aberystwyth having a great time now. He's a good dude, actually. So I think I'm on the brakes here. I mean, are you going to stop from 34 miles an hour on a bike in that space? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm going for the gap. Where's the gap? Left. That's where the gap is, isn't it? That's where the gap is left. Luckily, that road's clear there, but let's play the rest of the tape. And that's it, really. That's as exciting as it's going to get. Let's just look at that avoiding bit. How much space did I have there? Let's watch it again. That's come off the brake. That's when I'm off the brakes now. So I was on the brakes, off the brakes, and I'm gone. That's a third of the throttle application there. That's 30% throttle. And I'm prioritizing the left-hand side as well. I think it's better to be on that grass verge than under that tractor wheel, right? As I said, that man's head is still looking right. He never deviates from that. He never looks left at all. I guess he's committed. Fair play to the boy. I haven't got an issue with the track drive whatsoever. I've got a gap. I've got to go for it. I've got power on, 30 miles an hour. I've lost like 7 miles an hour. And then, of course, here I go. And the only other thing I would say there, see that gravel there? So I'm going using whatever road I can, but look at that gravel. That's going to get me off that bike if I'm not careful. And so I'm thinking, all right, white line is your limit, mate. And that's what I've got. Now, I'm not saying it's dramatic, right? I'm not saying it's like a huge issue, but if we can just kind of sweat the small stuff here with this incident, then, I mean, he never slows down. Fair play to the boy. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of a bit of a shock. I just think from back here somewhere, my focus is prioritized long. I'm literally doing that now. I'm literally looking at my head, gone right. I'm looking long, and I'm about to open the power. Throttle's 0, and now as I'm lining up, the bike stood up, about to put power on. I see this cat rolling out. And now, of course, he can't see with that tree either, can he? So he's got to edge forward with that tree until he can see me. I think he's looked here, He's seen nothing. He's prioritized right, and he's rolling out with a trailer now. I mean, if you were in a car, that would be difficult. Because you come around that corner, there's no warning or anything there. It's just a very difficult bend. And my argument to you guys, it's not really an argument at all. It's like, what would you do if you were me in this situation here? Would you have done the same? Is there something I'm doing that I could be doing? I mean, a lot of people would be a lot faster on that road, but if they were faster, of course, they probably would have cleared the tractor. It wouldn't be an issue. However, what if that tractor had been across the road and you were faster now? You'd be in the back of that tractor. There'd be nowhere to go. So as a new biker then, just give me your opinions in the comments. I really appreciate them. You know what I mean? A lot of you got a lot of experience in I've got experience of flying jets, guys. You know what I mean? If you want to hear about jet flying, we can do that. But when it comes to motorcycling, I really haven't. Look, again, my instructor. Yeah, it's a good point. So my instructor then, I wrote to him and just said, basically my email, I sent him the film and just said, thank you for a fun outing. Obviously learned a lot. However, within 10 minutes of leaving you, this tractor tried to eat me. He never stopped or slowed once. He just came straight out. How do I defend against it is what I said. I'm a bit of a loss. I guess he was hidden by the tree. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying here. And then what my instructor said was, glad you were able to write this message and pleased you enjoyed yourself. Now, I'm a bit like that as well. A bit dark humor there. As I said, he's an ex-police officer. I'm like, yeah, glad you're still alive, mate. I mean, that's what you do, isn't it? Glad you're still alive, mate. And that's the truth. Glad you can still write this message. The phrase in biking is stolen from the London Underground. Mind the gap. Clearly, your survival skills helped you. Ride to what you can see, can't see, and might reasonably expect to happen. That's a really interesting phrase there. We're going to go through that right now. So ride to what you can see. I can see a gap to the left-hand side of that tractor's nose. So ride to what you can see. That's what he's saying. You can see the gap. Ride towards the gap, which is what I do, of course. Can't see, i.e. just be careful. You can't see things, you know what I mean? So if you can't see it, like coming around that bend, ride to what you can't see. I can't see around the bend. So that's why speed drops off, doesn't it? That's 38 miles an hour. I can't see. And then the last thing he says is, might reasonably expect to happen. Now, what do we know about this, guys? All we really know is there's a bend coming up on the left-hand side. Brilliant. There's a road in the car. There's a car in the middle of the road. So therefore, I can't be in position 3, getting a nice clear visibility. So I've got to be in 2. Therefore, I've got to slow down more. And therefore, I'm looking long. And I just don't think I've seen it. He actually says we came across a wrecked bike that failed to corner on a U-bend. And there's no tractor there. So I think what he's saying is, mate, you don't need a tractor to write yourself off. Listen, guys, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you watching the tape. I'll keep delivering these if I can. I'll do a thing on the AOI 6 by Chiggy as well, the install. They never gave it to me. I bought that product, so I'm in no rush to get you a review out or anything, but I will get you one out. The camera is better than this, guys. It's just it kind of had fallen a bit loose with the tape they supplied, so I've got to retape it up there. Really appreciate it, guys. Tim Davies, Fast Jet Performance.